Migration. It's the human-defined word that means something moving from one place to another. That could be voluntary, as in that thing has agency. It made the decision to do that movement by itself or with the help of others. Or it could be involuntary, such as spores traveling on the wind or coral polyps on ocean currents. Migration for a sentient life form that needs to make decisions about when and where and how you're going to travel from point A to point B is a very important area of study. I'm sure you've all seen documentaries in Africa with the wildebeest and the buffalo and the antelope moving across the Great Plains, and the tragic scene where they're all in the river getting attacked by alligators. Yeah, that is a migration. It is a seasonally occurring event that happens annually. Other events might have longer time scales, such as salmon or sea turtles. They return to the areas where they were born once they reach mature age. These are all examples from the animal kingdom. However, I'm an anthropologist, so my interests are in human migration. How and why do people move, and on what time scales, and what are the reasons for this? When thinking about migration in these terms, there can be long-term migration. You leave your home area and move to somewhere completely different and never look back. It could be temporary, such as myself here in the US. I'm a New Zealand citizen. I'm here as a temporary migrant to get a PhD. I'll then go home again. That's a temporary migration. However, the decision-making process that goes into these decisions is many, varied, and extremely complicated, especially when you're thinking about environmental causes or decisions about migration. In the headlines, I'm sure you've all read, is decisions and discussions about climate change and how we're going to plan for this in the future, what we're going to do, where we're going to go, how affected communities are going to adapt and survive. They have to make decisions, and some of those decisions involve migration. However, while we have a very good understanding of how migration works in the animal kingdom, ourselves excluded, we don't very well have a good understanding of current human migration, especially in relation to environmental conditions such as how do we react to drought? How do pastoral farmers adapt to disease amongst their stock? How does this affect the migration patterns that are occurring in humanity right now as we speak and have occurred for generations upon generations and are an ingrained part of society? It is these patterns and decisions that we must understand now if we have any hope of planning for the future of environmental change that is likely to change these decision frameworks in the future. Thank you.